The blue sky is folly, the dream paradise where censorship is king, and the social credit score points don't matter, is, according to Reddit and the media, very reputable sources, collapsing under a lack of interest. Turns out an echo chamber with a bunch of humorless, puritanical, authoritarian psychos who demand you match every single opinion they have without thought or dispute. They don't make for interesting conversations, and they kinda get rid of everyone through their mass silencing and threatening anyone who disagrees on anything at all. Even the other psychos who are just not quite as psycho as they are. It's like Highlander for corporate bootlickers. This is a sort of extremist utopia where if you say you like the color red, a dozen people will declare you a German solution maker because they also like that color, before kicking you off and calling up your job, dog, and wife to make sure they know you are the most repugnant piece of filth the world has ever seen. The only thing Blue Sky seems to tolerate may surprise, actually at this point. This probably doesn't surprise anyone at all. Sort of a pattern with these people, by the way. The credit card cartel and collective shout will not take issue with this one. So why are we talking about this failed socialist utopia of backstabbing and big brother neighbor watching? Wouldn't it be better to lock the doors and keep them there? We should have done that with Tumblr and Reddit to begin with. These people love censorship. This is a place where if your favorite game got censored, the people demanding it, they always came from here. And they do so without dissent, without pushback into the ears of studio middle management and PR firms, the type of people with zero creativity but far too much power in corporations for clamping down on creativity and wrong thing. This is a Karen's social media site, where they know their opinions are so useless they ban anyone who disagrees. Since they cannot defend their ideas, they cannot push back, they cannot argue, because their ideas are always indefensible. They know their games and entertainment will always die on its own, since nobody else wants to support or buy it. But they still believe that if they can ban everything else, if they can prevent any creator from making things they dislike, if only their art is permitted, that will force audiences to come to their art. And yes, this is exactly how these crazy people think. So instead of accepting they are niche or trying to do better or improve their work, they form these Karen groups and brigade corporations trying to get their enemies silenced and banned, or deplatformed. They have been doing this for years. Hey corporation, this person has a sponsorship with you. This person is a social media mutual with another person who liked a post of someone who had a conversation with this other guy who happens to know a relative of a bad person, etc. Or now, hey credit card company, this business and these customers are buying things I do not like. You need to stop other people from being able to buy and sell a thing that I do not like. So seeing this site go down in flames is really not something that should bother anyone. But do keep in mind, this is not them being silenced, deplatformed, prevented from spreading their hatred and toxicity. They are free to do so as much as they want. This is nobody wanting to listen. And that's what bothers them the most. Nobody likes them. Everyone would rather go to a place like Twitter with its toxic freedom of speech. Because when the choice of complete blue sky puritanism or the freedom of Twitter is given to people, people choose freedom by choice. Which is why the powers that be do not want you to even have that choice. Even their very own people who are only there to silence and control the speech of others in the DEI movement, even they would rather be on Twitter than on Blue Sky. Just seems like your opinions are unpopular and you're unpleasant people nobody likes. Sounds like a skill issue. This is them causing people to not want to associate with them by choice. Now there was initial hype, the sort of place where wrong thinkers are not allowed, but when that died, when the celebrities realized they were not getting that attention and validation they need to survive, or they were getting slammed and banned because they said one mildly moderate thing on one single topic, every big name left Blue Sky. They may pretend to hate the first man on Mars, but they sure love his products. Welcome home. This is pretty typical of these people. They have no spine, and their word means nothing. The celebrities love to do this. They say they are abandoning this thing due to it being atrocious and dangerous, and you're a bigot if you use it. Then just a few months later, due to a lack of attention, they come crawling back and hope everyone forgot their tantrum, and suddenly they're perfectly moral to be doing it. They have all these excuses on why it's okay when they're pieces of shit. They think if they do fake boycotts, it can influence people. but they never follow through because they're all weak-minded attention pigs. Anyone remember how once upon a time Kick was regularly called the worst place ever, Gambo site, abusive, it let dangerous ideas be spoken on it by influencers who didn't get a lucrative deal, and now half those self-righteous influencers are on Kick as well. How about AI? Remember at the start when just a little bit of AI was happening, and even that much was constantly being called a threat to the environment, a threat to the world. It would cause global warming, the emissions, so on and so forth. Notice how nobody is talking about that now when AI is used a million times more, and now it's in everything. Now that the massive corporations like Microsoft and Google, they have their AI sorted out, so they aren't gonna bother funding these environmentalist movements. Funny how they stopped caring about AI art, and they're busy instead slashing up and pouring soup on centuries-old, ethically made paintings in galleries, or burning down Tesla recharging stations. Fake Activision and sites for them never had any ground beyond what corporations give them. They are corporate pigs. See the Visa cartel. When it's just them screaming in a void, it makes them look like idiots. Wonder why that is. But it is unfortunate because they are not getting the attention, control, and ability to hurt other people that they so crave. Just like Tumblr, this containment center is going to be breached. And they'll be coming back to bother normal people and sadly work on censoring and preventing normal people from having freedoms and choice. As we are seeing through the efforts of credit card cartels and certain authoritarian governments to bully compliance in all global art and gaming. It's not really surprising, but what do you think? Like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your thoughts while you're still permitted to do so. Are they right to want to censor everything? Should we have a bunch of social media echo chambers where everyone must agree or be kicked out? Is Bluesky toast? Or will it get a second wind of freedom haters as a lack of personal freedom goes back in style? Freedom of expression is one of the most important things for art and games development, and these people are a very willing enemy of those freedoms. But I don't want them silenced. Actually, I want them to be very loud. It's great that they are talking because it allows everyone to see just how little value their opinions have, that they can never defend a thing they say. And it also shows that everyone is against them. Nobody is afraid of a stupid person saying a stupid thing on social media. That's not why censorship happens. What they're really terrified of is intelligent people saying intelligent things that they disagree with, but that normal people can understand and resonate with. That is what they want to stop. They want to stop truth, they want to stop reality, and they want to stop people from understanding other people. And these people have so much to be afraid of when reality and truth comes to light of the sorts of people that they are. And it is hilarious that when given the choice, even their own side does not want to listen to them or interact with them. So to the blue birds of misery in your cage of your own design, I apologize for absolutely nothing.